wisdom is more precious than gold, as it says in Proverbs. But those who sell their souls, everything is about the weight of gold. It's how gold appears in front of your eyes when some illusion by Satan, not illusion but linguistical test appears, and they sell their souls for pieces of gold and the value of gold. And with the Iraq war, you saw that the gold prices weren't very high, but since the Iraq war the gold prices got shot up about 5 times the amount or something like that. Why is that the case? And on top of that, so whatever the devil promises an illusion, and they thought they could reach into the God with God status. So Amara, an accident, which is an illusion, turned out to be an illusion. And if I knew anything, if I knew anything about it, maybe I would have not followed through with it. But because I've already submitted my life to God, submitted to God, and asked forgiveness for my sins, and these tests that happen, and these tests that happen, it's because you just carry on, just stay calm and carry on, and God controls everything, and that's the matter of faith. Inshallah, la ilaha illallah wa tahdu la sharika lah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, min sharri ma khalaq, wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqab, wa min sharri nafathati fil 'uqad, wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. So it's just illusions, and mental health system is an illusion too. They work upon what's free and life. They work upon laboratory experiments, an experiment of misery, and they continue to profess this until it leads to premature deaths or devastation or destruction of a person's character or self. It's totally evil what they do in mental health hospitals and what these Western people, and these schools are no better. The schools don't teach you anything. What's the point of gambling your life in a state school where 90% of the schools in Britain are state schools. Out of those 90% of the schools, right, only 50% of them will, or not even 50%, maybe 50% of them will get some grades, A to C. The rest won't. And now they're just trying to give anyone any grades. They just say, well, anyone can have grades. We'll give everyone grades. But what we'll do instead, we'll make getting a degree very expensive. So by the time you leave university, you have a mortgage to pay off. That's the price. Alright, I'll be down in a minute. That's the price of wisdom. And that's the price of wisdom nowadays. Even if it costs you all you have, but mashallah, for me, mashallah, my Lord has blessed me in such a way that everything that's happened for me has been without cost. And Lord guides from the depths of darkness into light, and hopefully my Lord will help me from my own ego, and help me become steadfast and obedient and righteous. And forgive my sins, and accept my repentance, and do not become an idol worshipper. it's neglect. What this paymaster New World Order does leads to neglect. Now what I'm talking about neglect is not neglect about how people perceive my life as being neglected. Maybe see me as being neglected, but really, being a faithful person, I'm left to just get on with life, and my family are believers in God, and know that God controls everything, and they devote their worship to God, and they might at the present moment have certain ideas which are innovations and disbelief, and but yeah, okay, hold on, I'm coming, but inshallah, what I'm trying to achieve is for people to not neglect their souls, but to redeem their souls, and for something that was so simple and easy and straightforward that a young child could practice it if he wasn't separated from his family at such a young age. Because children grow strong in their own families, and they have role models. I know, and this is the experience I got from my nephews, and they have role models, and people who they have an affection with from an early age, and if they get torn apart, if they get put into these institutions where they're gambling their lives on set results, predictable results. Why is Bradford Grammar one of the best schools in the country? Is it because Bradford Grammar students are very clever? No, it's just because in Bradford the Messiah son of David was born. Simple as that. That's why. And it's a Mason school as well. Her son, look at this guy. Her son is 2 years old, and inshallah he might be going to school next year. He's growing stronger and stronger while he's been at home. Auntie there, yeah? Who else is there? Auntie there. Oh, can you see